the Krydex Covert chest rig. Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back. Today we are covering the Krydex Covert or low profile chest rig. This is the same rig that we showed off in our previous video on our Get Home Loadout. So we're going to do a quick breakdown of this today, just kind of show it off a little bit. I had a couple of questions in the DMs asking if I could kind of show the different features and how I have it set up. So first off, we'll get started with kind of the construction of it. Construction and sewing is honestly really good. The Velcro seems to be put on very well. I'm not really seeing any areas with bad stitching. Everything looks like it's honestly double stitched and block stitched. So I'm kind of impressed with this being such a inexpensive item that it's built pretty well. Now it does have a lot of plastic fixtures, so you've got plastic loops and plastic buckles on it for the shoulder straps, and then the rest of it is all Velcro and elastic. So one of the things I do want to note on this thing, it is pretty small. So if you are horizontally challenged like I am, you may have to make some modifications to it. In my case, I added an extension on it so that I could actually fit around me a little bit better. I still wanted to keep it snug, but even with that, I felt like it was just a little bit too tight, so I added in that extension. Getting into the straps, like I said, plastic buckles. I have these pretty well maxed out, and I am 5'9", with a decent length torso. So this does take up a little bit more room, but of course, like I said before, I'm horizontally challenged, therefore this does have a little bit more room it has to take up. Your average height person, this will probably work just fine with. If you are tall, like you have to buy tall clothes, this is probably going to be too short for you. You're going to need to go a different option. So good setup. Like I said, I've looked at this over and been very happy with the block stitching and all of the stitching on this. I think that it's going to last me a little while. So it does have Velcro is its attachment point. So it Velcros over the top after you've wrapped it around yourself. Obviously you can see I have it set up for MP5 mags. And in order to do that, because this is generally set up for M4 style mags, what I have done is I have actually modified this a little bit and made some inserts out of Krydex, which is just a simple piece of Krydex that I have made in kind of an S pattern. That S pattern slides down into here. And then my mags will actually fit. Oops. My mags will actually fit down in here. I can re-index with these inserts, I can re-index these mags. Now, those being used, if I was to go with an M4 mag, the M4 mags fit really good. Indexing them, it just takes a little bit of a trick to it, but they fit really good, so you could obviously go with an M4 mag in there if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't push into the 308 realm. 223 pistol mags, M4 mags, those kinds of magazines probably fit the best on this. I wouldn't go any larger than that. I don't think that the elastic would actually hold them very secure. Plus, I think they'd be really hard to get in and out of there. Moving on over, I am using one of the magazines as one of the magazine pouches as my radio holder. With the MP5 mags being able to have two per slot, with the adapter, basically I can carry 4, and then I can add my radio in over here, which I definitely like. So radio fits really good. It slides in and out. It's got some pretty good retention on it. So I'm definitely not disappointed with it, but I will say it is hard to get in there. And if you are running something with buttons that aren't kind of recessed, it probably is going to press on those buttons. So you want to make sure that you have one that's not reset, that has the recessed key up buttons, and you lock out your keypad before you put it in here. So other than that, great little option with that. Like I said, I'm very happy with the way that's set up. I have got a flat pocket light. Now this one I'm trying out. I'm not going to go into too many details on this yet, just because this was an inexpensive Amazon. I'm very happy with the way this fits in there, because it maintains that low profile and kind of stays out of the way as I need to. Obviously you can see that this is a little bit smaller. This would work for a pistol mag. I would definitely suggest, if you do use a pistol mag on it, you have some sort of pull on the top. If you use a standard, and this is a G17 mag, it's going to push all the way down in. It does make it a little bit hard to grab, but that is totally, you know, going to be your preference. But yes, you can put an extra pistol mag in there if you want to. It will hold those securely. Moving over, I've got my GPS in this. This pouch is a little bit wider, so you can tell that it could fit the radio if you wanted to. If not, like I said, I've got my GPS in here. You could put a number of other things. As you come to the back, you'll see you'll have another really wide pouch. This is a lot wider than even the magazine pouches. You can double up items in this. You can put your radio in that. If you doubled up magazines, it would probably hold them securely. The only problem that you're going to run into, of course, is as soon as you pull a magazine out, that's going to be pretty loose, so it's not going to be a good option. As far as your radio, if you want to carry your radio a little bit farther back, you can tell in here that this fits the radio, but it is definitely a lot looser, so this is a little bit wider. So as we come around the back, I have added, because in a pinch and I can't put my magazines back, I come across something I want to pick up or whatever, I have added a dump pouch to this. This is just Velcroed on. So, and then I put a little bit of 550 cord on here just to make sure that if it does get too heavy, it doesn't get pulled off, since it's only attached with Velcro. One thing that you will see on here as I get around to it is that I did add an extension into this. So this has a 4-inch, 2 inches on this side, 2 inches on this side extension that allows it to fit me a little bit better. Again, that goes into the whole horizontally challenged. I have to worry a little bit more about my midsection. The back attaches with Velcro, but it does wrap all the way around, so it's attaching on both sides, so you get a secure connection for your shoulder straps. As we come around, this is where I keep that pouch that I showed you a minute ago. This is awesome for keeping like multi-tools, my radio accessories, the kind of things I don't want to get, you know, torn up or caught in anything. I built an extension out of 4-inch multicam black Velcro. So you can see I have the multicam black loop, and I have just added that in as my extension. Coming on around, we get into, this is my medical kit. This is a M4 insert IFAK. This is for a double M4 magazine, so you've got all your basic IFAK stuff in it. This fits really good in that back pouch, but it is very snug on the front, because since these are not double mag pouches, this does not want to fit in there very well, but it fits great in this back enlarged section, so that works out really good. Just in front of that, I've got my knife and I've got my tourniquet. So I've got a tourniquet down in here I can deploy if I need to. This fits really good in that second over pouch. I'm really happy with that. The knife is secured right behind it with a utility clip or utility clip so that it doesn't move, but it's just a good little defense knife. Nothing special about it. This is a cheap Amazon option. Going just in front of that, this gets into my mace can. This is that same Mark III size Palm Industries mace that I keep in there. It stays really secure once I push down on there. If I need to get it back on, I can just clip it and go with it. It is tough to get in there, but once it's in there, it's not coming out unless I grab it and pull it out of there. So good little option with that. So as far as modifications, the extension across the back, which I have made with it. Again, this is 4-inch multicam black loop that is just sewn together. Makes a great little extension for it. If you're gonna do the pistol mags, this is, like I said, just a simple piece of Krydex. You don't need any special tools. You can cut this down just using a razor knife. and then take a hair dryer or a heat gun and bend it into that shape for you. Once it's been into that shape, makes it very, very easy to be able to put it in here. And once it's in there, the elastic holds it in place really good. And of course, your magazines can go back in. And you can actually, as you see me doing this, I can actually use and place the mags in without having to grab the elastic. It actually works really well. All right, so that's pretty much the review of the Krydex low profile covert ready rig. Again, this was the same one we showed in our previous video on our get home loadout. It did require modifications because it does come in a little bit small for you horizontally challenged guys just like myself. Affiliate links are linked below if you're interested in getting one of these. If you need to find the different types of Velcro, I will also list those below. We also want to thank Palm Industries for providing us with this defense spray and a couple of other handheld defense sprays that we will actually do a review on non-lethal options in a future video. But their link is below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, share our content, and let us know what you think in the comments.